season is in full swing, and while we're rooting for some of our favorite teams, it's nice to hear banter between the experts and the pros.
That's right, especially when it is on our own station. I had the chance to chat with Kyle Brandt to hear what our SoFlo viewers have in store this season as GMFB OT joins WSFL. So exciting, Anna.
Yes.
Let's take a look. Kyle Brandt of Good Morning Football joining us from New York. How's it going?
It's great, Cam. I'm thrilled to be on ISF with you. I should apologize for my wardrobe. It's something called College Colors Day. They told me to wear this. It's so orange. It's so garish. It's so obnoxious. And yet, you guys down in South Florida are not afraid of orange, are you?
No, we're not. And in fact, I feel bad because I'm not wearing my Miami orange today. So that's the only bad thing about yours is it's not the University of Miami orange. Hey, there we go. Come on now.
Yeah,
you know what's up.
You guys have the orange bowl. You invented orange. So I don't apologize. Let's go.
Thank you for bringing it on the show today. We appreciate it. And we are thrilled, Kyle, to have Good Morning Football Overtime be a part of our programming at WSFL TV. For those that maybe don't know the show, which couldn't be me, but do you have to be a hardcore football fan to tune into Good Morning Football Overtime?
Oh, God, no. We're aghast at that type of thing. There are plenty of shows if you want the Cover 3 breakdown and the X's and O's, and those are wonderful shows. That is not our show. Our show has been going on, Good Morning Football, for 8 years on NFL Network, and now we're bringing it from coast to coast. It's four friends sitting at a table talking about football and taking it every which way. Of course, we're going to talk about the Dolphins, Bills, Patriots, Jets, you name it. But we talk about movies. We talk about which Stranger Things character would Baker Mayfield be? Just whatever comes to mind on a whim sometimes improvisational. In the middle of the show, we just make it up. It's fun, it's light, and we love it, and we hope everyone else will too.
Well, you can't leave us hanging there. Which character would Baker be?
I just made that up off the top of my head, but I'd probably say Dustin. He's likable, he's lovable, he's a good quote, he's a little on the short side, and he ends up kind of always winning in the end, even when you think he's not going to. See, we're doing the show right now, Cam. This is
there
great.
You go. Hey, bring me on anytime. Say less. And talking more than just football, what other topics will you all be covering?
It's football and it's fun. You name it. It's like we can talk about anything in music, movies, children. All of us on the show have young little kids at home, so invariably that comes up, and we compare, the Steelers' defensive line to installing a car seat, and we just make it work. I know it sounds nuts, but we always seem to land the plane. Anything that's on the table that is fun to hear in the morning specifically, but really 24 hours a day, whenever you run it, that's what we'll talk about.
Well, we're excited to have you guys on WSFL TV. And, in doing this relaunch, there's a lot of excitement around it. So how are you hoping to expand content and reach more viewers with this?
Man, we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We've been doing this for a long time. And when the show started, it was 8 years ago. It was so strange because we only had one ex-player. We didn't really have any insider and reporters. It was just four people who just really liked football and liked stuff that's offshoot of football. So we're not going to change that, but we're going to do some fun things that are specific to certain markets. Like if we're talking to South Florida, we'll talk a lot about Mike McDaniel. We'll talk a lot about Tyreek. We'll talk about that pesky storyline that won't go away about how the Dolphins can't win in the cold and how can we continue to blame them for that. I hope that storyline goes away. It's tedious, but we will talk about it. Anything that pertains to football at all, if you're in the country somewhere, you're waking up to start your day, or you're ending your day, depending on when the show runs, go ahead and tune in. It's something that goes 24/7, any topic you want.
And Kyle, one thing I love about the show that we've already mentioned is how much fun you guys have while shooting. I mean, the back and forth banter, the topics, the interviews, and so much more. So what kind of fun segments can fans expect to see this season?
And if it's fun, it's us. There's my dad likes to say a lot of times when he turns on the show, he's like, it just looks like you guys enjoy what you're talking about and enjoy each other. There are many other shows where I don't feel like the people even like sports. They certainly don't seem like they like each other. And those shows are very successful, don't get me wrong. That's just not us. If you want to tune in and feel like you're kind of hanging out with four friends, we'll do that. But as far as topics, you name it. We do some of our classics. We do Angry Runs, which is my deal. We do Throw It On Thursday. We do Whiteboard Wednesday. All kinds of stuff where we get up from the table and walk around. It's not going to be just this stagnant show where we sit around and talk about the Steelers and Cowboys and then go to commercial. We actually are totally against that stuff. So if it's lively, it's us.
I love it. Well, we got our football expert on the show today, so I got to ask you, Give me your Super Bowl predictions
I think there's going to be 2 teams in the state of Florida who are deep in the NFL playoffs this year. I will not reveal which 2 teams, but I do think there will be 2 teams.
All right, I love that teaser right there. It sounds like it's a good year for Florida sports and Florida football is what I'm hearing.
Oh, my God. But you know what? When isn't it a good year? You guys got so many teams and so much talent down there.
Amen to that, Kyle. Well, we appreciate you hopping on. Guys, you can see Kyle Brandt and his whole team Good Morning Football Overtime every single morning during the week on WSFL. Welcome to WSFL, and thanks for hopping on ISF.
Thrilled to be here. Great job, Cam. Thanks for having me.